The race for who will rule Lagos State for the next 4 years will be determined on Saturday, the 18th of March 2023. In recent decades, the contest has always been between candidates of the nation's two biggest parties, APC and PDP. However, the emergence of the Labour Party as a formidable front in this year's election has added a new twist to the contest and perhaps made it more competitive and interesting. Since the advent of democracy in 1999, Lagos State has always been ruled by the perceived progressives, from Alliance for Democracy, AD, to the Action Congress of Nigeria, ACN, to now All Progressives Congress, APC. Now, with the current heat in the Lagos political sphere, with the recent victory of the Labour Party in the last presidential election, with the power of incumbent Governor Sanwoolu, and the influence of Jagaban, the president-elect, can the PDP's governorship candidate, Abdulaziz Adediran, popularly known as Jandor, survive this battle? You are welcome to Political Matters. I am Michael Adekunle. With me in the studio is the head of Media and Communications, Jandor for Governor Campaign Organization, Benga Ogunleye. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you so very much. I
Good to meet
appreciate the privilege to be here on set with you.
Wow, good to hear from you. It's a good day in Nigeria's politics, and the political sphere is speaking a lot, And when it comes to Lagos, of course, all eyes on Lagos politics. And when you look at the presidential election that took place in Lagos, that's the last presidential election, the defeat of a Labour Party in the state, it speaks volume. Now, we're not going to that. Jandor, as a person, is a politician, a journalist, an entrepreneur. What can you say about it? Apart from all these portfolios
that you know already.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for this opportunity, and I must commend your media organization for your consistency over the years.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, the man Jandor is a representation of a revolution in governance, and he is also a representation of the clarion call of Lagosians for a breath of fresh air in governance. Consistently in the last 24 years, we have the same political group metamorphosing from one name to the other, but consistently holding the state or leading the state or ruling the state, whichever case we may allude to. But in 25 years, this is the best we could have. Jandor represents that desire to do something differently to achieve a better result for the people of Lagos State. Dr. Abdulaziz Olajide Adediran is a young Nigerian, 45 years of age, who decided to throw his heart into the ring, not minding the personal cost, not minding the time investment, not minding the financial investment, not minding the usual backlashes that comes with politics, local politics, to say, let us do it differently. Let us put an end to the hegemony that have sit and is feeding fat on the resources of Lagosians, and let's have a breath of fresh air. So beyond the usual PDP, APC, Labour Party rivalry and the likes, this is a call for a change, a call for doing things differently, a call for rescue of Lagos, a call for a new lease of life for people, a call for all Lagosians to live without fear or intimidation from any quarter. It is about making the wealth of Lagos work for the people of Lagos. That is what Jandor represents. And that is what this election is all about.
Okay. And that's what it stands for, right?
Exactly.
Now I thought you would have, with all you said, looking at Lagos holistically, it's under the rule of the All Progressives Congress. Taking a look at it from AD, the Alliance for Democracy, to Action Congress of Nigeria, that's ACN, moving down to the All Progressives Congress. Now, I thought you would have collapsed your structure, join force, to defeat the incumbent governor Sanwoolu and eliminate Tinubu's political dynasty in Lagos.
Well, a lot of people have been saying that, possibly because of the result of the presidential election, looking at the number of votes garnered by the PDP and the Labour Party's presidential candidates. And you know that automatically, if these two results were put together, of course, it is far ahead of that of the APC. And so it is normal for average Lagosians to say, okay, possibly if PDP and Labour Party come together, they will defeat the incumbent. As good as that may be, political parties are not just a social organization that can wake up and say, okay, we are no longer doing this, we want to do that. Especially entrenched political party. Entrenched political party like the People's Democratic Party. You agree with me that People's Democratic Party, not only in Lagos State, in Nigeria, is the leading opposition party. And Jandor's vision for Lagos State is not what he woke up overnight to come into. He has been on this journey for about 8 years, going to 8 years this year, consistently engaging the people, consistently identifying with the people, consistently preaching the message of a breath of fresh air. Now, this we have done consistently for 8 years, and now we are close to the ballot. Of course, the more the merrier. If we can have the Labour Party joining forces with us and other political, and permit me to let you know that there are other political parties that have already joined forces with the PDP. But because of the euphoria, the current euphoria about the Labour Party as regards the result of the presidential election, a whole number of people feels that, oh, let Labour Party join with the PDP and we are going to win. Yes, I can say it will increase our chances of winning. I agree to that. But with or without the Labour Party, we are going to win this election. And you see, it is not just about winning election. It is about the people. It is about people. This is democracy. It is not totalitarian or authoritarian system. It is democracy. It is about the people. What do Lagosians want? What kind of governor do Lagosians want? What exactly are Lagosians expecting from this election? Jandor has identified with Lagosians across different creeds, language, and culture and ethnic consideration, religion consideration. Despite being a Muslim, Dr. Abdulaziz Olajide Adediran is very accommodative to Christian. That is why he insisted on picking a Christian deputy governorship candidate, a female deputy governorship candidate, to appeal to all interests and tendencies. And not just a female, but a very active and committed entrepreneur at that. You understand? To reach out to people of different interests, so that every Lagosians can look at the Jandor Funke ticket and see their connect and see how they are connected to it. Jandor has visited wards, 245 wards across Lagos State. We have 245 wards across the 20 local government and the 37 SCDA. There is no other governorship candidate in any of the other political parties that have done that. Going to the ward to meet with people, artisans association, religious bodies, traditional leaders, CDAs, SCDAs, and all those people, meeting people one-on-one in their own locality, identifying with them, speaking the language with them. Because why? He wants to be a governor that knows Lagos like the back of his hand, and to know the need of the people even before getting to government. And you know, it becomes easier. I tell you, there are places in Lagos State that if you see on camera, you doubt that those parts are in Lagos State. We have parts in Lagos State where there is no electricity. We have parts in Lagos State where there is no road, as in no motorable road. We have parts in Lagos State where we have 93 communities in Lagos State where there is no primary health center. We have places in Lagos State here where the pregnant women have to be paddled through canoe to other side where they can have medical attention. Women in the community in good numbers gave birth in the canoe in the process of being transported to where where they can attend the maternity health. Here in Lagos State, go to Alimosho local government, go to Ojo local government, go to Badagry local government, go to Ifakoijai local government, go to Ajeromi Ifelodun local government, go to Epe local government, go to Etiosa local government. Recently, one lawyer died 25th December, Bolale Rahim, shot by one police officer. Bolale died because of lack of immediate medical attention. No general hospital within Etiosa. No general hospital. The only space created for a general hospital has been converted to private use. And this incumbent government is aware. Now, this is the situation. This is the challenge. This is what Jandor speaks to. This is what PDP speaks to. And so we are appealing to Lagosians to see it from that prism.
Okay.
This is about individuals who have identified with Lagos long before now. It's not just the candidate who wants to rise on the wave of result of the presidential election. No, it's not an accidental governorship candidate. Deliberate, intentional, focused on what he intends to do. And he's going right about doing that. Well, of course, we are open. We have bent backward to accommodate others, including Labour Party. I must tell you sincerely, there are members of the Labour Party who are identifying with us now, who are working with us. And you know what you call Labour Party? Permit me to say this.
Okay.
What you call Labour Party, as regards the result of the presidential election, is not just the Labour Party as a party. I have it on tape. Even yesterday, the presidential candidate of the party on the national TV said that obedience is different from Labour Party. And there are so many people who supported him who are not members of Labour Party.
Which means he won based on the vote
of the people, based on personality and not political party. So he said it on national TV that those people who voted for him on his personal integrity have the right to vote for any candidate of their choice, not minding the political party.
But there have been talks around that Labour Party suddenly relegated PDP, thereby making Jandor insignificant in this year's election. Is it true?
Of course it is not. It is still about what this election, what will determine the result of this election. The people. Have you observed that the incumbent governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwoolu, has been going around talking to people, frying corn, doing hairdressing, repairing phone, going to computer village. Things he has never, ever, and he would never, ever have done. Why? Because they have just woken up to realize that people will determine the result of this election. People will determine. And you see, the same people who voted for Mr. Peter Obi, will still vote in this election. But you know what they voted for? They voted for personality. I must tell you, there are people who are traditionally members of the PDP or sympathizers of the PDP over the years, chose to vote for Mr. Obi, Peter Obi, in the last election. Why? Because of their conviction. These same people, of course, are prepared to still vote for personality on their conviction this time around to a candidate they know. A candidate who have been identifying with them for past 7 years.
Have you been able to persuade them?
Oh, you see, persuasion is not limited to social media presence. Okay. Of course, we know social media is very important because it forms opinion, it sets agenda, and it molds the thinking of the people. So we are on the social media to present our program, to appeal to the people, to increase the mind share that we have. So we continue to do that. But the core is to reach the people as the grassroots. These people we have been talking to, people talk to people and people understand. We are talking to the obedience. We are talking to the big tent that makes the obedient rally that deliver the election and not Labour Party. That deliver the election. We are talking to these people. Not
the Labour Party.
No. Even some members of the Labour Party have felt sidelined by the current arrangement. And we made them understand, look, What we want is not just an alliance of PDP, APC on paper. What we want is a working together of the real people who voted Obi and the real people who want change in Lagos. And that is the alliance you will really see. You may not see the alliance of an handshake of PDP state chairman and Labour Party chairman on the TV set to say we are not aligned. You may not see that.
Definitely, there's an underground work
going on presently. The obedient want a change. The obedient want an end to this hegemony of the APC. The NSAS youth wants to pay back and say, look, young person must be at the reign of power. And they are weighing the candidates. They have looked at the Labour Party candidate. They have looked at the PDP candidate. They are really thinking of who is that fellow after March 18 Saturday election who will hit the ground running. Not an accidental governorship candidate. A man who is well prepared.
Gbenga, let me bring your memory back to what happened some years back. Jimmy Agbaje. He has been running this, he has been doing this for a very long time, and this man couldn't succeed. Good. Now, how prepared is Jandor? Now, looking at the failure of Jimmy Agbaje during Fashola's regime, I think he also contested.
Sure.
Ambody also, he contested and he failed. Don't you think this would repeat itself?
Thank you very much. We are looking at these issues. Let's treat it on their merit.
When you look at him, he's an influential person in Lagos as well.
Sure. Yeah. You see, politics is about numbers, game of numbers. It has to do with people. And before the election, of course, you know the volume of engagement that you have that will determine whether you are winning or not. Over the years, PDP have been making effort to win the governorship election in Lagos State. Oftentimes, you see PDP scoring 30% of the vote, 35% of the vote, consistently over the years. Same thing happens to PDP at the federal level. The opposition have been trying to win the election consistently over the years, but they couldn't. What really delivered the federal election to the APC in 2015 is that there was an implosion in the PDP. PDP itself contested against itself to deliver the election to the APC 2015. Dr. Abdulaziz Olajide Adediran Jandor was an APC member. Actually, he worked closely within the corridor of governance in APC for about 8 years. Thank you, Babatunde Raji Fashola. Yeah. So, from within the APC, he started his brainchild project, the movement, the Lagos for Lagos movement. Lagos movement started within APC, and so was populated largely by APC members. So when there was, in the leadership of the party or the hegemony that strangulate the state in the party, the supposedly godfather of the party was no longer comfortable with the existence of a revolutionary movement within the party that he calls his own personal property. Jandor had to leave the APC. So what happened to APC is that a fragment of their machinery for winning election over the years left to join forces with PDP. This we do not have during the time of Mr. Jimmy Agbaje. Of course, Mr. Jimmy Agbaje was a very popular candidate, but APC's votes were intact. ACN votes were intact. No implosion. This time around, I speak to you, over 50,000 people left with Jandor from APC to join PDP, called the Lagos for Lagos movement. That is one. Number two, over 50,000 individuals. Okay. APC can verify. They know that. They know their list. They know their number. Some of them are supervisory councillor in APC government. Some of them are director in one place or the other. They know them. So they are not just paper candidate individuals. They are existing real life individuals.
Not robots.
Not robots, and not just saying. And aside that, there are people within the APC also who are struggling to breathe because the Godfather has put a knee on their neck. They are only surviving, barely surviving within the system. They do not have the confidence like Jandor to come up and say, no, we are no longer part of the system. But I'm telling you, on March 18, they will vote for Jandor. They will vote for Jandor. So Jandor is not just about the euphoria. It's about real people who are tired, who are resolved to say there must be a change of government. You see, average Lagosians, the 24 million Lagosians, over 20 million people are ready for a change. No, and this is not political. Sincerely, Lagosians want a change. And that is why you see the agitation saying, oh, why can't Labour and PDP come and let us have this change immediately? Of course, we are going to have it, because that Labour, the real obedient, the real the big tent, the real team, the real people that rose across the state of Lagos to say an end is end, Otoge, are coming together solidly behind Jandor to deliver. So we will not have a repeat of